Welcome to the Socials of 94.3 Radio 1 and another episode of our series called Binge Watch. My name is Bhaarat and I'm super excited today because before we had Matt Reeves' The Batman starring Robert Pattinson and the much talked about and much appreciated Oppenheimer starring Cillian Murphy, we had this defining superhero trilogy which was called the Dark Knight Trilogy, which released its first installment in the year 2006 with Batman Begins, and that's what we're going to talk about today. In this episode, we are not only going to be talking about the trilogy that redefined superhero movies and was also one of the most acclaimed trilogies in the superhero genre, but also one of the most acclaimed trilogies in general. We are talking about the Dark Knight Trilogy, which was, of course, directed by Christopher Nolan. So here goes. So for those who don't and for those who know, the Dark Knight Trilogy consists of 3 Batman movies. It started with Batman Begins, which introduced dark and gritty storytelling and also rebooted the Batman franchise for celluloid after Batman and Robin, which released in the year 97. Then we had The Dark Knight, which released a follow-up to the Batman Begins, which released in 2008, which was also considered to be one of the most critically acclaimed superhero movies and critically acclaimed movies in general. Its IMDb rating is seeming through the roof. And then we had an incredible follow-up with The Dark Knight Rises, which concluded the whole franchise in the year 2012. All these 3 movies show the journey of Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, portrayed by Christian Bale in Gotham against many antagonists. To name a few, firstly, Ra's al Ghul played by Liam Neeson. Secondly, Scarecrow played by Cillian Murphy. Thirdly, Two-Face played by Aaron Eckhart. Joker played by Heath Ledger. Talia al Ghul played by Marion Cotillard, and Bane played by Tom Hardy. Okay, so now it's time for my favorite. My favorite is basically the segment in which I talk about what I really loved about the TV series or movie series that I'm talking about. In today's case, we're going to be talking about the Dark Knight Trilogy, and here's what I really loved about it. Point number 1, I really love the strong ensemble. Of course, Christopher Nolan movies are known to have great ensemble casts. Whether you have Christian Bale playing Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, whether you have Morgan Freeman playing Lucius Fox, or whether you have Sir Michael Caine playing Alfred Pennyworth, or you have Gary Oldman playing Commissioner Gordon. The movie is stacked with such incredible characters playing such pivotal parts. And of course, I mentioned all the incredible people playing the antagonists, whether it's Liam Neeson, whether it's Cillian Murphy, whether it's Aaron Eckhart, whether it's the late Heath Ledger, whether it's Marion Cotillard, or whether it's Tom Hardy playing Bane. So I think the movie is really stacked with incredible actors. And of course, you had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anne Hathaway, and Maggie Gyllenhaal, and also Katie Holmes playing the supporting cast as well. So I think the movie has such incredible actors playing such pivotal parts, and it makes for really interesting viewing and performances. Okay, so my second point about why I love the Dark Knight Trilogy can be a little philosophical, but for those who watched Christopher Nolan's movies, whether it's Memento, whether it's Interstellar, whether it's The Prestige, or whether it's Tenet or Inception, his movies can be high concept and larger than life. But at the same time, I'm not saying that the Dark Knight Trilogy is not high concept or larger than life, but it has a grounded realism to it, which makes a superhero movie really feel accessible and real to the viewers, which is an incredible feat that Christopher Nolan and his team have achieved with Dark Knight Trilogy. And that's why, Bruce Wayne's struggles, trials and tribulations and wins feel really real to the viewer watching the movies. Okay, so point number 3 is that the movie has such iconic dialogues. Where do I even begin and where do I even stop? So let's just have you see them.
Why do we false? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
If it's so simple, why haven't you done it already?
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Point number 4, I feel that the Dark Knight Trilogy has such incredible action and set pieces. Christopher Nolan is someone who's known to have realism infused and tries to shoot things realistically, whether it's through his IMAX cameras or the minimalistic use of VFX. To name a few, from Batman Begins, the sequence where Bruce Wayne trains with Ra's al Ghul to become the ninja, trains in martial arts, or whether it's a sequence where he has a fight with Ra's al Ghul in the subway or the train, whatever you would want to call it, or whether the Dark Knight has the bike chase sequence, the incredible bike chase sequence, and the hospital chase sequence, in fact, in which they actually blew up a building, and also the incredible football sequence where they blew up the whole stadium in The Dark Knight Rises, and the sequence of him coming out of the well, or that a tunnel that they had, and emerging victorious and heading back to Gotham with Hans Zimmer's music. It was amazing, and all these sequences have gone on to become so iconic over the years. So this is what I really love. That's point number 4 for you. Point number 5 is, of course, Hans Zimmer's incredible score that he's made for all the 3 movies. Whenever you hear the Batman theme, it just gives you goosebumps. So I wouldn't even want to say more. Big ups to Hans Zimmer and his team of musicians. I absolutely love the work that they've also done apart from the Dark Knight movies. Okay, so that's enough about what I love about the Dark Knight trilogy. Let's cut it to the people of Mumbai and ask them what do they think about the Dark Knight trilogy. So here goes.
My favorite movie is The Dark Knight.
I'd say Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight.
Batman.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises.
It's the dialogue which is "Why so serious" by the Joker. I'm not a monster, from when Batman says it to Joker. Yeah, that would be one.
Dialogue. Why so serious?
Why so serious?
What's your favorite dialogue?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Why so serious by the Joker.
Why so serious?
Why so serious?
I definitely, it has to be Heath Ledger, who played the Joker in the Dark Knight movie. I mean, of course.
I'd say Catwoman, played by Annie Hathaway.
Heath Ledger.
Christian Bale.
I think I like Joker, to be honest, because he is somebody who's breaking the conventional stereotypes, and even if the character like him we do not appreciate in real lives, but that character does make a lot of sense when you actually see it. Yeah, so Joker.
Heath Ledger. Good.
Okay, so as you saw, that was the people of Mumbai giving their verdict on the Dark Knight trilogy and what were their favorite moments and movies from the Dark Knight trilogy. I would want you to comment down below what is a movie that you love, what's the moment that you love from the Dark Knight trilogy. Tag your friends, share it with your friends who love the Batman movies made by Christopher Nolan or love Batman movies in general, and also comment down what movie or series would you want us to cover next. Until then, my name is Bhaarat. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in another episode of Binge Watch. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
One world, your station.